that the action of Cyril's mother and father, of putting him in a home, has had right until today. It gave my father in his life a sense of constraint about society. He was very, very correct, my father, and I think it was because he knew about this and that he was all the more eager to be an upstanding, connected member of society. And that had its reaction in me, because I reacted to that overcorrectness enormously in my life.
Rupert is travelling to Greenwich on the trail of his great-grandfather, the sailor Frederick Everett.
All right, cheers, thanks a lot. See you later, take care. You too.
The National Maritime Museum houses the records of the British Merchant Navy. Rupert is meeting naval historian Chris Ware.
Good afternoon.
Hi, I'm Chris Ware.
You're called Consuela?
Chris Ware.
Oh, sorry.
Chris has been doing some research and has found a series of documents detailing the career of Rupert's great-grandfather.
I want to find out, please, about my great-grandfather. He's called Frederick Everett, Chief Mate, Merchant Service.
I think you can do that. The first thing I'd like to show you, this is...
List of testimonials and statements of service at sea. Ah, yeah. Right. Frederick William Cunningham Everett, 1886.
Yes, so that'll give you all the voyages he said that he'd taken.
China, he went to New York, my goodness. Adelaide? Adelaide, that's Adelaide too.
Yeah, so he's gone Adelaide,
Tasmania.
And then he's gone to the River Plate.
November 85, he left for the river for Buenos Aires.
He sailed a month after.
Oh look, he had the baby between Tasmania and, he fathered the baby between Tasmania and Buenos Aires. Very chic. Yeah. So he was in London at that time. Yeah. That's interesting.
It was one of the great problems of the seafarers. Once you've sailed, your family might think you're going to be back in 6 months, but you might just disappear off the face of the earth for a year, 2 years.
Or forever.
Yeah.
In the late 19th century, when Frederick Everett was embarking on his sailing career, the British Empire was at its height, and its economy was undergoing massive expansion. Trade in spices, coffee, sugar, tea, and textiles took the British merchant fleet to every corner of the globe. The sailor's life was physically tough and could involve long periods of separation from home and family. But its benefits included the opportunity to travel the world while escaping the rigid conventions and restrictions of life in Victorian England.
What kind of person is this type of person?
Well, if you have a look just there.
Height, 5 foot 10 inches. Complexion fair. Personal marks. He had tattoos.
Yeah.
Tremendous. What did he have? Oh, look, he had a crucifix on his right arm and an anchor on his left arm.
Yeah, and he's also got a tattooed bracelet around his...
Oh, it's like a Jean Genet character.
Yeah.
So he really was a proper old sailor.
Yes, yeah, he was embracing the life.
Right.
Fully.
Mm. But, okay, and what kind of family does this type of person come from?
There's no bar. Anybody can go to sea.
Yeah, but you're not going to be upper class.
Rarely.
Maybe a criminal, somebody who wanted to escape the whole of the world might try and go to sea.
Yeah, or somebody looking for adventure.
Or somebody looking for adventure.
Chris has also found evidence of Frederick Everett's whereabouts later in his career. A document which states where he took his captaincy examinations.
Those who passed as...
Everett.
Yeah, there he is.
Frederick.
Found evidence of Frederick
London,
Everett's whereabouts
London,
later in his career.
Hong Kong.
A document which states where he took his captaincy examinations.
He's only 35.
Yeah. Those who passed as...
Everett in 1899.
He's out in Hong
Frederick.
Kong, so...
London.
You wouldn't
London,
take an examination in Hong Kong if you were coming back to a British port. Unless you were living out there or working out there.
He's only 35.
Almost permanently.
In 1899.
He's out in Hong Kong, so... You wouldn't take an examination in Hong Kong if you were coming back to a British port, unless you were living out there or working out there almost permanently.
In 1899, while his son Cyril was in his 10th year at a home for destitute boys in Kent, Frederick Everett was at the height of his sailing career on the other side of the world. Hong Kong was one of the most important trading cities in the Far East, with a cosmopolitan international population. Sailors from all over the world mingled with the local people, and with its opium dens and exotic nightlife, Hong Kong developed a reputation for hedonism and adventure. It was the perfect place for a young Englishman to start a new life.
Oh, Hong Kong Daily Press. Tuesday, September the 17th, 1912. Marriages. On Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Florence Laura Cornell to Frederick William Cunningham Everett of London, England. My God. Well, that's very interesting. In 1912 he got married again.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to her.
I have no idea, but he's made a whole new life in the East. And nobody in this country would know anything about it.
Right.
16 years after marrying Georgina Teague, Frederick Everett married Florence Cornell in Hong Kong. Chris has no further information about what happened to her.
Chris, it said in Fred's son's marriage certificate that he died in 1919. Can you enlighten me a bit about what happened to him in the very end?
Yeah. Come up with his death certificate.
Okay. 5th of January 1936. 5th of January 1936. Oh, that's way after. So he wasn't deceased. Well, that's fascinating because the marriage certificate of his son says that he's dead.
Yeah.
Which, I suppose maybe that's what they thought he was if they'd never heard from him.
Yeah.
Frederick William Cunningham Everett, 71 years. A retired master mariner. A signature description of residence of informant. Oh. R.M. Bawtry, present at death. Balham. He's in Balham in 1936.
Yeah.
I think this mysterious R.M. Bawtry must be some old sailor hag who stuck with him through thick and thin
It could
for the last 20 years.
It could indeed.
Oh, come on, Fred, come on. Don't go on me yet, don't follow me, Fred.
It could be.
And Fred's sitting there, just the arms, the bracelet with the crucifix, the thing. I can't go on, RM. I'm stumped. He's got a son, that's what's really sad about it. Frederick, I think, is a very compelling character already. 5'10", blue eyes. He had a tattoo of a crucifix on a chain round his wrist. I mean, he was the typical adventurer in a very exciting time. Whether he ever saw Cyril again, we don't know. That's a mystery. But according to Cyril, his father was dead. It would be fascinating to know if Frederick somehow kept tabs on the life of Cyril. Who knows? I'm going to try and find Fred's will to see if it gives us any clues.
Rupert's next stop is the probate office in London.
Hi. I have ordered the will and, if possible, probate of Mr. Frederick Everett.
Thank
Thank you very much indeed.